It is time for more Hollow Knight. Oh yes, welcome in and congrats on being first pixels. Hope you've had a wonderful day. Let's return to Godhome. As always, gosh, we're already 70 hours in. Obviously I see my VODs every once in a while, like in front of me of all the playthrough here. And it's still fascinating that like basically over half of the playthrough has been basically Godhome at this point, which is really fun. Anyway, I'm just gonna jump straight into it and also have to fix my audio here slightly. Okay, I guess it's just louder than usual. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, there's actually something really funny that I realized while editing like some of the episodes, because obviously I make thumbnails and stuff, and I try to get over like what actually happened in the episodes while editing. And there's actually important for like the story. There's like one thing that has kind of bothered me for like the longest time about this game, and that is it's like relatively good at announcing stuff. I'm gonna call it like there are like some hints kind of throughout the game, like a lot of bosses, like even refights, they're kind of semi-announced, right? Like not just the dream versions, but like for example the Enraged Guardian. Like if you look at the previous fight, I think they just jump up basically, and that kind of makes sense that you have to refight above the arena, for example, stuff like that. And one thing that really bothered me was that I thought that Radiance had never been kind of brought up. Right, like obviously there was like a kind of a description of the plague, but then I noticed something because I was like, you know, just clicking through the VOD basically while editing and trying to find like a good point to basically use as a thumbnail. It was like literally a moment like I clicked on where the character, like I was jumping in front of the statue of Radiance. I don't know why I never noticed that the statue exists like on top of what's it called, like the very top of the peaks, like in Crystal Peak, like the extra area there. Thought it was just like really funny. Obviously had to use that one as a thumbnail for like one of the future episodes. I guess it's like somewhere next week. Like yesterday I spent so much time just editing and like preparing all the thumbnails and stuff. It's like kind of fun, but it just takes like a lot of time, or like it doesn't take like too much time, but it takes like a lot of time in the sense that if I'm like preparing like 10 episodes or something like that, obviously I have to spend like over an hour just doing that stuff. So yeah, that was kind of funny in a sense. But yeah, it's just like all the stuff that I know. So obviously I'm going through like all the episodes, I get like a chance to like update my lore sheet and all of that stuff. So I obviously had to add that one. I always feel like I'm still missing like way too much, even trying to be relatively thorough. But we will see once I'm actually going over the lore in like, I don't know, a year by this point. I feel it's just going to take a lot of time here. I mean, enjoy eating dinner, like I was preparing it, and thanks for the lurk. I'll probably be getting, you know, to like P3-ish by the time we're done, so... That reminds me, I also, it's not quite related to dinner in that sense, but there's actually one thing that I still want to do before I finish the game, basically. That is finish the Hunter's Journal. And, you know, there shouldn't actually be like too much missing at this point. I don't know if the last mod is going to count. Yo ho ho, welcome in, Rosie Posy, how's your day been? You just missed me starting, I guess, my first attempt for the day. Come on, I'm gonna prepare my slash here. I have to use it every once in a while, you know? Yeah, smack. And I should probably stop doing that. I don't know, after all this time. 4-day weekend? Nice. Sounds amazing. Yeah. I mean, technically I have always a weekend, kind of, but like not really because I'm doing stuff in the back, at least. Look at one of fight. Yep. I still need to kind of get back into it. I kind of mentioned that I wanted to do like more streams. I really have to get back into doing more streams. But it's like oftentimes, like my biggest issue with streaming currently is that currently I'm obviously doing the YouTube episodes on the side, and the best time to record those is actually the time I would like to stream. It's like which is kind of such a weird overlap. So that makes streaming oftentimes like a bit awkward. Maybe I just start and like do short evening streams, like just an hour or two, like do like 3 or 4 attempts, and then continue with like some actual recording. Right, something like that. I think I could probably do that just to get like into it. I always feel like I'm getting way too rusty between attempts or like between recording sessions, and getting at least like 2 or 3 in per week would be nice. Anyway, 4-day weekend. Any plans? Wait, thank you, Monarchy. Before not much else, yeah. I feel like there are, you know, that's at least like one of the things you can thank the Monarchy for, like any sort of like pass-through or so. 5th birthday party where I saw some pizza. I mean, pizza parties are great. Hope you enjoy. Let's see if I remember Dankeschön already. Okay. You know, I don't know why that is. Even after like so many attempts, I really struggle like just seeing the dunk balls floating around. Like in my peripheral vision, basically. Any plans for me? I mean, I have to do like some prep work mostly, like off YouTube, and I have like some prep work to do for a Pathfinder session next week, so that's probably where the time is going to be spent. Originally we would have played, but like one of my players is still sick, and at this point we are just going to let him rest. So those plans kind of fell into water. We all love Dungman. Dungman is best, man. But yeah, so kind of the usual. I kind of have to fix my sleep schedule as well, which is like probably the worst thing. I don't know, like, I talk about this like a lot, I feel like, that I'm such a night owl. Like the best hours on the day are like 3 AM, like 2 to 3 AM. But being awake around those hours kind of ruins the rest of your day if you try to, you know, have contact to other people every once in a while, so. Like one big thing that I had tried to do like over the last few weeks was like basically cook for my family, just because I have like time. Currently that's also like a good way to get practice. Like I can cook to survive basically, but I can't really cook quickly enough, I'm gonna call it. Mainly it's like mainly like a practice thing, where cooking for the most part takes like twice as long as it should. So I've been taking over the cooking duties in the family. And that also means that I have to be awake to like at a reasonable time basically, which means that I have to get up like at 11 AM or something like that, so I can prepare, like get up out of my bed, wake up and then start cooking basically. Which again is like kind of awful if you try to make the best out of the night time. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna have to get into like a biphasic rhythm, I'm gonna call it, where I just take like a nap in the afternoon and like a nap at night basically. I've heard that's something you can definitely do. I don't know if it's going to be great, but I feel like I would lose too much of a routine in my life. And I am terrible at keeping those. Oh wait. You're this guy. Throw some spells there. Yeah, I gotta change up the circadian rhythm. I mean, the issue is just like, this is actually something I had realized even when I was still at school, that I'm just like a night owl. I am so much more productive at night. No matter what time, and I always have the issues with like 11 AM being like the worst time in the day, no matter when I wake up. And like I've woken up like basically at any time in the day, right? Like when I was working, there was like a time where because I really enjoyed like the 2 to 3 AM time, I would come back home from work and go to bed, sleep for 8 hours, and then wake up at like, okay, to be fair, it was probably more like 6 to 7 hours of sleep. But wake up at like around midnight and then just enjoy my morning hours before I had to go to work. And that was actually the best rhythm I had, like for, I'm gonna call it like most of my well-being. Issue obviously being that you can't really have any contact to people in real life then. So yeah, that was kind of terrible. And otherwise, like, my ideal time that is not really usable while you're working is basically going to bed at like around 10 AM and then waking up like 6 in the evening. Then you at least have like a chance to talk to some people, but you still, like, if you need to visit the bank, then tough luck, I guess. So yeah. Also like my real first world problem stories here. But yeah, at least I've been productive recently, so that's something, I guess. Also gave me like the chance to like record like all the YouTube stuff. Like I'm still playing through Shadows of Sonar, which is like a really amazing game, by the way. Always recommend it. But you know, getting close to the end there as well. But it takes up like some time to record that, obviously. And then I obviously have to do the editing, which I also prefer to do at night. So it helps to avoid the adult stuff like banking. Agreed. Because like today I woke up a little bit later, right? Like because again, like my circadian rhythm like, I kind of messed up currently, and we had someone from let's say from the insurance basically visit the family. They were like doing something like my parents. They had like something to do, but you know, like the guy also needed a like a signature. I want to say autograph. Autograph is like kind of fancy. They needed like a signature from me because basically they fucked up. And they changed something in my contract that had to be, you know, changed because I basically overpaid like a lot of money. So I basically got woken up just to put a signature down on a piece of paper. So yeah, that was like around noon. So you have not tried it yet? I mean, it's great. Like if you wanna, you know, I always, you know, self-advertise here every once in a while. Like if you're just like watch the first episode or two and then play it yourself. I thought it was like a really fun game. It has like one issue that I have like with all puzzle games, which is like basically the issue when, you know, when you're doing a puzzle and you're just missing one piece, but like the problem is not that you don't know about the piece, it's just that you have like no idea where you find it basically. Like I got stuck like 3 times in the game basically, and every single time was literally just me missing one minor thing in the game, and it was really, like it was really silly at this point. But it's also really fun, which is why I, you know, live with it, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely like in my top 5 games that I've played over the last year, I would say. Obviously, you know, Hollow Knight being top 1 probably. Except for those guys, like if we remove those guys, I would probably put Hollow Knight into like an S tier, but like Obelobbles there, they're just too annoying. I hate them so much. I hate them so much. I'm just gonna tank again. No wait, who's the next fight? I always forget who's next. And I feel like taking too much damage is actually kind of dangerous. Slightly too high. Hi. Their name is so funny. Yeah, that's like the one thing they have going for them. Gosh dang it. Jump into that. You also hate them. To be fair, like, in that case, I really just hate them because I have like no idea how to properly fight them. As opposed to something like No Eyes, which I just hate because it's like a slow fight and like nothing's happening. It's like not really that hard, it's just annoying. And you're feeling like you have like very little agency about like what's happening. But yeah, maybe one day I'm gonna do like a Obelobble stream where I'm just doing those until I have the like the hardest variant where you're just getting one-hitted. Gosh dang it. I'm like slightly too slow right now, I feel like. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, Cat's going to have like a lot of fun with those. So to say, like in this fight I really like. I just for extreme I hate how much I focus on this fight actually. And how it's like weird that it's getting easier as the time goes on. Even though it's like really cool because it's like just more of the stuff that's already cool. Ow. Hit by that knee. Ah, okay. Perfect. Last phase. Yeah, all the balls that enemies throw at you. Has Cat already fought Dung Defender? I can't actually remember. Like, I would guess probably not. Also, judging by the map, they have not really figured out how, like, I'm gonna call it like the Abyss key works, right? Like, what's it called, like the weird mark. To be fair, I've also not figured that out while playing. I just accidentally had that item when I went there, so... Where they have. So... It's something. I'm just gonna follow here. Okay, I tried to be fancier, and it absolutely failed. I guess this didn't fail. It was actually really calculated, that descending dark there. Oh, yes, broken vessel. Give you some slaps. Ah. Why am I getting hit by everything right now? I'm just gonna heal. Come on, use my favorite move. Yep, my favorite. Hey. No, brother! No! Like, this little arm animation gives just so much personality, I love it. Hashtag. Also today I'm gonna, by the way, try to focus a little bit more on the game every once in a while. No. Just because I want to make some progress. Like first, like I definitely made it to Zod, but I didn't make it to Zod last stream, right? Or from what I remember. Wait, Cat did both? Was there like another update? Do your slaps, it's okay. Gonna dodge that. Ow. Should not have dashed there, I guess. Should have predicted that you would just get knocked back. You know, as you do. Okay, that was P2. Making quick progress here. Weren't here long last stream? I don't actually remember. I mean, it's been like a week, so yeah. It's like the issue with this. And again, like I'm gonna try to get like a few more streams and maybe a few shorter streams instead, where I'm just literally doing like 2 attempts. Or something like that. Just to make some progress, because obviously it's just like a mixture of having no practice if I only play like once a week, and obviously only playing once a week gives like very little chance of actually progressing, so... Not the bees! Is that not the bees? Ouch, getting hit by bees. Might have been an apartment tour, true. I mean, yeah, you mentioned it's kind of absorbing your life a little bit. I mean, it makes sense, you know? Gotta have like a great apartment if you're already moving now, so... Oh no, who? I've also, since you kind of announced that you didn't want to do like the big massive Hollow Knight build on the Minecraft server, I kind of have been thinking about like what kind of base I'm gonna build then. Because obviously I kind of hoped that I could just base with someone and then, you know, not care about my base, but I guess, you know, that changed. Probably gonna try to go for like an underwater base this year. I've never really done that. Like at least not a proper one. And you know, it's been quite some years since they added like the possibility to do that. Wait, I'm stupid, I shouldn't have tried to heal that. Because obviously those guys, I hate them. I don't know why I took so long to deal with you. Who's the next one? Okay, why am I struggling with Collector right now? Okay, got one heal in and lost it instantly. How great. Okay, seriously. Don't die to Collector. Okay, I thought I could hit there by hitting the last hit there. Is it summer? But yeah, no, don't worry about it. It just means that I kind of need like a plan for myself, obviously. And I felt like that kind of makes sense, you know. Just need to kind of prepare mentally, because obviously like my time on the server also is going to look different than like the last few years, where I'm not just building like a base for farming ice basically. Ah, that was a terrible hit. Okay, that shouldn't have happened. I'm dying to God Slayer. Okay, gosh dang it. Should have probably warmed up like slightly differently here. But who cares? Just gonna go in straight away. By the way, again, like it's like a 20-minute attempt and we're like halfway through. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I feel like I'm slowly warming up. I say that as like my skills deteriorate. I'm just gonna blame the fact that I exercised earlier today, you know, that's clearly the issue here. Right, like I don't know if I talked about this, but I got like one of these, or like when I say I got like one of those, we had that's one like basically as long as I can remember. It's like one of those benches that you can use to basically help you with like sit-ups, I'm gonna call it. Or like crunches or whatever you wanna call them. You're basically like on this slanted seat and you have like a bar that helps you kind of keep your legs down. So I've been using that recently because like obviously like I'm sitting around all day, I have like no core strength. What did you miss? Cat got out? I mean, I might have died, that's like kind of what you missed, but I totally didn't. I just felt like I needed like a victory lap around those guys here. A green path vibed area. I mean, could also, like, again, like, it could definitely be doable. Like, if your issue actually would just be finding, like, that area, that obviously wouldn't be an issue, but I feel like it's just, like, building a lot, you know? But then again, I really like having projects that don't actually get fully finished. Just because then you always have, like, something to work on, basically. That's at least how I feel about it, which is why I like to do like these massive projects like the Nitten. That obviously never gets fully finished, just like, you know, gets to a passable state and then it gets like improvements over time. Just because then you have always something interesting going on basically, like something to do basically. But obviously some people, you know, are a little bit wiser with their time than I am. Slap, 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 come on. Yeah, I feel like cats just don't want to learn from like bad weather, I guess. That reminds me, like recently, there's like this YouTube Shorts creator, probably not just YouTube Shorts creator, but that I've been getting recommended. It's just like somebody documenting their day, and the guy has like a... It's not quite a sanctuary, like he just kind of goes around and feeds like stray cats. And some friends of the family basically, or like friends of his family there, gave him like a really small kitten that was just, basically just born. Right, like every single video of his with this cat is basically just him with his like really high-pitched voice cleaning that cat basically and feeding it, and that's like basically it. Or like the other ones where he has like the other cats that he's either feeding like outside, or like he has like another cat that he's just bathing every once in a while. So I don't know. I feel like cats algorithm is just like kind of successful at keeping me entertained. You know, people finding Stray Kitties and taking them in videos. Yeah, I feel like in this case it's mostly just a thing where he visits like a park where like there are a lot of cats generally running around and he's just feeding them. I don't know, I don't really understand like the situation because I'm like not that actively following those shorts. I'm just seeing them when YouTube recommends them to me. So, I don't know. Because like the annoying thing about shorts is obviously also just that the YouTube algorithm really hates certain topics. And even if you're subscribed to some people, you just don't get their shorts recommended, which I really hate. Like sometimes there are like series I follow and like YouTube is just like, okay, you know, there was like the creator did like a break, you know. You definitely don't want like the last 10 shorts or so that they have uploaded, and you have to manually look for all of them. And obviously shorts on YouTube kind of suck. In general, right? Like, however invested you are, finding like the right shorts, for example. Especially when you're just trying to figure out like, okay, you missed like every short since this date, for example. Trying to figure that out, like keeping them coming to you, is just like really annoying. I hope they are fixed because cats are genuine menace to ecosystems. Yeah, they absolutely are. But you know, they deserve to be the menaces. The menace of all menaces. Just gonna pogo a little bit. Okay, pogoing is probably not that smart. Ball. Okay, that was stupid. Why did I fall off there? I should just go back to like my old tactic of just, you know, hitting go up. It's like a lot easier. Exactly. I should just get TikTok. You know what, like the issue with like YouTube Shorts is already that they completely eat my productivity, so yeah, no. I prefer to just get annoyed and then stop watching YouTube Shorts. Hey, it's first face. Yo Grim, welcome in. Thanks for the eggs. How's your day then? You have designated brain rot time? Yeah, that doesn't work for me. Like, if I start, I just need to get annoyed until I stop, you know? So... slap you some more. Can I get you stuck in that loop? No, I can't. Okay. I can loop you like this. Okay, I can't. Actually smart enough to go the other way sometimes. Warrior. I hate how Tisu doesn't even have thoughts. It would be like so funny if we could at least read their thoughts here. I'm gonna jump. You know, like recently, is also something I think is kind of funny. Recently, I've got like recommendations for Zero Geo challenges of Hollow Knight, and obviously I've not watched them because I'm always worried about like spoilers still, even though like I've seen basically everything in the game, right? Like, let's be honest. But I feel like it would be something fun to do at some point, like especially figuring out yourself how you can actually do that. I feel like most of it should actually be relatively easy, except for the fact that we're obviously missing some relatively key items. But like, for example, even the lantern, like you can play without the lantern, you just have to be, you know, you just have to get good and something like that. So I don't know. Maybe there's going to be like another project at some point, but I still need to at least start like some other streaming projects. I feel like just occupying my time with like basically just Hollow Knight and like a little bit of Tears of the Kingdom whenever I find the time is kind of, I don't know, not enough variety, I'm gonna call it, for my taste. How can I call myself a variety streamer with like only 2 games? Okay, could I? I am absolutely struggling here right now. I should not be struggling like this. Okay. Thanks. And bow. Good thing I can heal you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, finding that change in game sounds funny. Like, I can imagine that the placement of like items and stuff probably is amazing, right? Like, it should be immaculate of an SPF player. Can't even talk. But yeah. To be fair, like, even FPS players need like some relaxing every once in a while. Maybe I should do that for myself, right? Just have like one day where I can actually play like a relaxing stream game. But then again, I would probably play like something else that I find relaxing. Not quite actually relaxing. Okay. And next zero. I hate this fight so much. I don't know why. It's like just the skill issue. By the way, did you just attack like before the, I'm gonna call it like the transition was over? Something was off there. Yeah, that's the fight. Like, the only issue that I'm seeing, like, obviously if you're like an FPS player of sorts, especially oftentimes they are kind of focused on like one game. I feel like just having a second game that's like so far out of your niche probably kind of kills your audience. Because especially like highly competitive games, they tend to attract like very one-game audiences for the most part. But maybe, you know, maybe it's got like a great community, I don't know. That's always what I'm thinking when I hear those kinds of stories. And to be fair, like, I even get those myself. Like, there are some streamers I basically just watch for like one game. And the annoying thing is, sometimes they play variety, and like, I don't actually mind the variety stuff. But then oftentimes they're playing like some sort of game where you need like, I don't know, like an education basically in the game to even understand what's going on the screen. And at that point, it's just really not worth it to watch them at that moment. So, that's kind of sad. Wait. Oh, separate. Okay, if you have like different accounts, then it makes like more sense, I guess. You try to watch Satisfactory. You know, here's the thing. I actually really like Ryan's Satisfactory streams. I just killed you with the stench. Mainly because it's like one of those games. Like, I don't really know what's going on, right? Like, I oftentimes lurk or like just hop in like for like half an hour in between. But it's like one of those games where you don't really have to get what's going on, right? It's like so removed from like any sort of story or anything in there, right? You just see like guy builds something of machines, right? And talks random topics while doing that. That's like such a great stream game in my opinion. Right? It's like kind of what I was kind of missing for a long time there, so. Yeah, another time because it gives you motion sickness. I don't know, like that game doesn't give me motion sickness, but there have definitely been like some weird games that have given me motion sickness. The craziest one probably was The Witness, right? Like for people who have not seen that, it's basically just a puzzle game, right? Like, and when I mean like puzzle game, it's basically you walk to a place to do a Sudoku kind of puzzle game. And that game gives me so much motion sickness, right? I played through it and I probably had to almost puke like 4 times. Just like sitting there, like the game is fun and all, but like it's just like such a weird brightness level and like the way you move inside of that game. It just feels really awkward to the point that it just made me like so sick. Yeah, like to be fair, like I have played a lot of automation games, like I say like a lot, but like I've seen a decent amount, and I've played like stuff like Factorio, and obviously like a lot of my games that I like to play are like on the more complex side. But like if I watch like anything that's happening there, like every single machine looks the same to me. It probably is. Like a lot of the time in games like those, you just have like a generic craft, and then you program what you want to craft inside of there. So it kind of makes sense. It didn't make sense for me to jump into the blade, but you know, it's beside the point. Come on, Battle Sisters, I just need you to, you know, die. I'm sorry. I need to get like a moment where I can focus on myself here. Okay, got one of them. Okay, got this. Oh wait, I didn't even need to heal. Okay then. Gonna sit. I have to sit, okay? It's a bench. It's like kinda in my nature to sit. Also, I feel like, talking about sitting, I feel like I started like a conversation about like working out a little bit. They have like this new seat for like core strength exercises, basically. And yo, Half Shadow Link, welcome in. How's your day been? And basically the interesting part about that is basically I have no core strength, obviously, right? Like my job involved sitting, and like now that I'm a student, I'm still sitting all the time, and while streaming, I'm sitting all the time. And nobody redeems the I have to stand up kind of redeem, so I'm sitting all the time. And that also means that I have like no core strength, right? Which is why I started doing those exercises. And it only took like a few attempts, or like a few tries. Just like doing like basically 25 sit-ups a day. Until I reached like the point where I have like, you know, a smidgen of like musculature in that area basically. Which mainly just means that after I'm done, I'm not dying anymore. Which is like the best way to describe that. But I still have like the issue, like a few hours later, after I am done, I go to bed. You know, pull down my pants to like just get in there, sleep, and I just can't get up anymore. Because I have like my entire core just kind of is dying. And that's like every single time after an exercise session basically. But hey, you have to make progress somehow, you know? And as long as I'm not suffering during the workout, it's probably fine. To be fair, like sleeping is probably like the one moment in time where it's probably excusable to not have like any core strength, or at least where you don't have to use it. So who cares? Hello. End of P2. Ouch. Anyway, other story time. Like I kind of started talking about like my Pathfinder campaign last time, and I kind of mentioned that my original goal was like to, you know, be really mean to my players, and I've actually done that last time. So kind of just to kind of bring you up to speed in case you missed it last time, because I like to talk about that, right? Like the important thing is just to know that basically I am DMing like one of those campaigns. Like the players have been in the wilderness for the past few weeks at this point. And after finally reaching civilization, they reached like this little town that was currently kinda attacked, I'm gonna call it, by like a massive boar that was ruining like the harvest there. So like the group decided to help them out, right, in exchange for mostly food and like a place to stay. And they smartly, you know, as much of this as I can't even talk. Like they obviously are geniuses, so they decided to make traps and totally didn't attack the massive boar that was a danger to all of society just head on, right? Like that totally didn't happen. Anyway, after they attacked head on, one of the player characters actually died, and the beast escaped. And I was like, okay, you know what? This was already like a like I already had planned to give them basically a dilemma that there wasn't a right answer for, basically, and that obviously got a lot worse last time around, because like now I introduced basically the new character. But like I should probably start a little bit earlier because I feel like I missed a few steps there. Basically, the massive boar killed one of the player characters. They burned his body because that's something you do in that world. And afterwards, basically the boar attack got stopped by a smoke screen. And the person who basically threw up that smoke screen talked to them at the beginning of the session. And they kind of got like a little bit of information there that this was basically doing something for the people in the forest. And so they basically said, okay, you know what, we're not going to attack. And that for some reason worked. The character was like very naive and just believed them. So instead the group started following said character as to the boar. And there they were basically discovered. They were like sneaking behind them further into the forest. And the character that was discovered was like the character who was like shrunk down, so he's like kind of child size. So obviously, one of the characters was that they met in the forest was like really good natured and was like, you know what, children shouldn't be in the forest. We're just going to take you and kidnap you and bring you to our people. So yeah, that happened. So basically, that character got adopted, not adopted, but like, I guess surprise adopted, slash kidnapped, quite literally, because they believed it was like a kid. So the character could actually talk to the people in the village, while like the rest of the group still was in hiding and chasing them. And like in the group, they met like the leader of the bunch, as well as the new player character of the player whose character died, right? And he's like now playing a dwarf who's like in full armor all the time and you know, raising his shield all the time. Like he literally is just like a walking bulwark. Even playing like a special class, I'm gonna call it, where he can basically wield a shield two-handed, which doesn't sound that impressive, but it's like the core of like his character aspect, so I'm not gonna question that. Okay, gotcha. So anyway, that's like kind of where we are. Like they got introduced, and after like some debating with like the leader of the group in the forest, basically, I should probably not get hit here. And also, I'm gonna focus here for a second before I finish my story. I said I wanted to focus. Come on, yeah, roll. Okay, what's happening here? Why am I struggling so bad? Like, you should be like one of the easier bosses inside of the arena here. We fought you so many times already. Okay, don't need, just walk forward. I am busy dying, I guess. Okay, you just died to something? Wait, who's next? Is the next one a terrible fight? It's probably a terrible fight. I know this game. Oh gosh, no. It's actually... Oh no, wait, this is just Grim. It's just Grim. Let's see if I can still defeat you. Like the double jump into that stuff is actually kind of neat. Oh wait, it's this move. I for some reason thought... I mean, yeah. Everything is fine. I'm gonna skip focus until I finish my story, because I feel like I would like to get like some health back during this phase. Okay, technically I can still talk. Basically, like they talked to the leader, and the said leader basically told them, hey, the boar is like, we don't control the boar, right? Like they just have like kind of a deal where the boar kind of defends them every once in a while, and they feed it basically. But it's like still like a beast of its own, right? Like it's just in power, it can do whatever it wants. So they can't actually help them out. So like the dilemma basically starts, right? Like the players want to get rid of the boar due to obviously the first little town telling them that they need help against the boar because the boar obviously eats the harvest. And they're going to have like a lot of trouble, both like starving and having issues paying the taxes that they owe the current queen. Obviously the people in the forest, they obviously want to keep the boar alive because it protects them. And also they don't want to be found, right? They're living there in secret after, you know, being refugees of the war. So yeah, like this is like the issue, but the next issue is obviously killing the boar is actually kind of hard. So they obviously would like to avoid that, even though you know they kind of are hired to not ignore the boar. And also the next issue is obviously now one of the player characters dies, and the other characters obviously are not particularly happy about that. And one of them even is quite willing to take revenge for that fact, basically. So like the last session basically was just them debating whether or not they want to kill that boar, which was like interesting. I rarely have like sessions like those where I basically don't have to do anything because like it's completely player driven. Them just deciding on like the next course of action. So gosh dang Grimothy, how can you attack me just because I slap you? But yeah, like basically this is like where the session ended. They first went back to the old town they were in, and they talked there, and they obviously still want the boar gone. However, that's accomplished, that's not that important, but they would obviously prefer to get the boar killed, because like a massive boar like that is also worth a lot of money basically, which would help the town quite a lot, even if it's just like the leather of that massive beast. And yeah, next session I'm gonna try to you know, milk that, I guess, this conflict even more, where they are going to get like a chance to actually defeat the thing if they really wanted to. But I'm gonna talk about that like after next session, which should be next Friday. So yeah, hopefully, like assuming that said player, like I mentioned it, one of the players is still very sick. Hope he is going to be fine next week, and if that's the case, I'm gonna talk about that. I have like some ideas what I wanna do, but I work best just 5 minutes before the deadline basically, so I will probably still have like some changes about that, so I'm just gonna leave that for now. But yeah, this is like kind of where the session ended. Was just I'm gonna call it like low encounter kind of session just because of that. Obviously as well because one of the new characters was introduced. And they didn't actually get off on the best of feet, I guess, if you can call it that. There was like some conflict because obviously some people like to make like eccentric characters, and the new characters also go somewhat eccentric. And it doesn't help that, again, like one of the other characters died. And, you know, my players take that kind of stuff very serious, which is always lovely to see. Okay. Oh no, it's you! Hello! I'm just gonna dodge you. Now, just in time for the story to end, we get like one of those bosses. Oh. Can I? Okay, I couldn't actually aim you over there. Let's see. Give you a slap. Intense music. And just... Yep, I can just slap you like this. Kinda worked. Oh wait. The stench! I always forget that the stench actually kills me here. Every single time. Alright. Let's jump over here. Give you a little bit of a love tap. I can't actually because my stench killed you again. Oh, I'm just gonna tank that. Okay. I apparently did not get you to explode. That's just rude. Where is the next jelly? This is probably the worst wolf fight I've ever had. Okay. Finally. Who's next? Don't tell me it's Zod. Please not Zod. Please not Zod. Okay, no, it's Nosk. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna attack Sid first. Okay. Nosk, new friend, whom I hate. Ouch. Okay, that's kind of on me. Okay, that was just kind of rude. I still don't really know, like the hitbox of like floating Nosk is kind of weird. I heal quickly. Okay. Ow. Like sometimes I feel like I get like hit way too high. Ah, okay, sure. That I get hit way too high up sometimes, but like it's kind of inconsistent. Maybe it's just like a really like a 1 pixel kind of thing. Ah, I want to heal. I said I wanted to heal. Let me heal. Yeah, okay. I should stop healing. Gonna go for like a... Okay, I'm gonna heal. I said I wanted to stop healing, but I feel like I had like a good chance there. Yeah, summon those. That was like a really stupid promo because I almost missed it. Can I find a blob? Yeah. Watch that one. You know what, like after the stream I feel like I need to really make like a list and just hang that next to my monitor of all the bosses I have to fight. Because I always feel like I completely forget them, and preparing for some certain events might actually be a smart choice. Right, if I have to fight Zod after Nosk, for example. And I don't think that that's the case, but it would be awful. Perfect dodge, by the way. No sweat. Right. I say that at every stream? No, I just say that I have to do it, not that I do it after stream. And totally, I will totally not forget, trust me. I would never. Oh wait, it's you. I mean, I'm full life anyway, so. Nay, Sage. I completely forgot that you do that for them first. We're going to do the double slash. Okay, no, you did the double slash and then... Ah! Okay, I'm gonna have to be smart about this. And really wait my time. I mean, yeah, I assume that there's a list of all of those, but I'm always worried about googling stuff. And also, like, I have the bot, right? Like, I just have to click through it quickly. It's not like I have not fought, like, all the Pantheons by themselves, right? Like, I could also just check those to see, like, everything that comes after Zod, for example. Okay, quickly heal twice. Can't get a third one in. Ah, it was not well timed. One hit. I'll read that in a second. Wait, afterwards I have to fight second ported fight, right? I don't actually get a break here. Okay, quickly heal. You can send one. I mean, that would also be fine because I will forget otherwise. Would appreciate that actually. I just have to probably write it on like paper, like on sticky notes that I put next to my screen. Because I generally don't have really the time to read chat in all, you know, situations. Adino! Don't shove me! Okay, time to heal. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and now I should get my heal. Okay, perfect. At least we're making progress again. First I've gotten Zod. Yeah, I think I've reached Zod like twice though. Like in the very... like before I did like the only God Home streams, I think? Did I? Like I definitely have reached them. And I feel like I've reached them twice. Because it sounds like something I would do. But like I remember like last time I feel like I've not reached them at all. Easy fight. Lost him. Are we slightly smart about this? I said slightly. I mean, that wasn't like the worst attempt until now. Did you just teleport around? Did you see that? It was like on the left side of the screen for a moment. Oh wait, I remember. Like in one of my attempts I was like at, I think, White Defender and glitched him out, right? That was like a big thing. Okay, seriously, why is this the one question that comes up like every single time? I have no idea. Freaking not a good spot. I feel like this, like we've had this question like 100 times, and every other question we've had like once, comparatively. And I don't know why, because technically it's a list, and it's just going through the list, okay? It's just literally random. Okay, it's not random, it's like actually calculated, but it's weird that it's just working out like that. I hate this fight. Like of all the fights that they have made harder, this one is definitely one of them. By the way, can I? Okay, I could have actually shot through there, okay. Sometimes not really sure how about like the mechanics, like the simple mechanics that I should have learned over the months of playing this game. But I wasn't actually sure whether or not the spell would go through the wall. Ow. Would also be great to get like, yeah, heals in now. But yeah, I feel like my answer has not really changed since last time. I would still not shave my head for like $100, but there's probably like an amount I would do with it. It's probably less than 1,000. Obviously assuming that the haircut is free. Okay, you're doing the dashy waves. Ouch. Obviously getting hit with the last hit. Classic. Classic me. And it's you! White Defender of White. Let's be honest, like the White Defender kind of implies that there's a White Attacker. Let's be honest. And I feel like it's not going to be the Hollow Knight for some reason. I feel like the Hollow Knight is not really doing a lot of attacking. Just like kind of sitting around. Okay, you're doing your jumps. Doma jumps. Yeah. White Attacker is going to be in Silksong, obviously. I completely forgot about that leak. Yeah. And then we also get the white supporter, obviously. Ouch. Even though I feel like the white supporter could actually be the Hollow Knight. Like you know, sacrificing yourself so the kingdom can last eternally kind of feels like a support move. If you ask me. Final boss, actually? I mean, you know, where else would you put them? Wait, who's next? Okay, Heal is next. Oh, I appreciate that. What's my charm build? It's the classic one. It's Sharp Shadow, Quick Slash, Steady Body, Fragile Heart, and Defender Crest. Why am I saying Fragile Heart? Fragile Strength, obviously. Share with the class. Oh yes, I'm gonna share with the entire class. Right, like we've experimented like over the time with like a few things. And I don't know. I think it's fine. I could always go for Honey whenever I feel like it, you know? Good build. Yeah, I was forced into it and now I can't actually play without it anymore. Look at that white lady over there. Still the same thoughts about it? Maybe. I feel like it's the same conversation. Tragedy, God of Aids, yeah, it's still the same. Not the peer pressure. So much peer pressure. Oh yeah, Soul Tyrant. Right, Soul Tyrant and then... I know Zod is soon. I don't know if like the next fight is actually Zod already. If there's like one in between. I wouldn't know actually. I feel like it might actually be. In which case I definitely have to make sure. No, wait, there is the shield guy. I already forgot his name. Why did I forget his name? I still hate him, but like I also forgot his name. Slaps. Just gonna use like a few more spells here. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a great segue. I was like back when I still used the button worms. I feel like I'm not dealing enough damage right now. I might need to focus just for a second. Try to just leave this fight at some point. Okay, give you a snap, just a tap. Stop. Dodging that one. Don, you didn't teleport around like that. Imagine that. To be fair, I have to say, like, I actually really like Soul Tyrant. It's just like I fought him like a bazillion times by this point. And I don't know. It's not as amazing as it was like in the beginning. Okay. Last heal for now. Get ready for the dodge. And the next dodge, and the next dodge, and the next dodge. Ah, wait, my shadow wasn't ready yet. Okay, now try to remember the name. Shield guy of shieldiness. He's angry, he's so angry. Markov, obviously Markov. I knew that. Oh wait, I wanted to do that move. Okay, it doesn't actually work because for some reason I don't hit stuff below me. Gosh dang it. Okay, can I? No, I'm just taking damage here. It's a really stupid idea. Heal once. That was actually a fine dodge, I have to say. Just gonna, you know, pat myself on the back. Okay, seriously. I'm just gonna tank Markov. I feel like. Okay, maybe, you know, better idea. Do the spinny move, please. Ouch. I thought I could dodge that way. Dang it. Okay, I'm just gonna fail here, I guess. I hate this guy so much. Get me 2 heals, please. Okay, 2 heals. It's placing as an image? Yeah, it does that sometimes, depending on where you're copying it from. Like, for example, it does it when you're trying to copy from the one node. Freaking Zolt. Zolt is going to be a fun fight. Starting with that one. Okay. Oh wait, you're doing that move. The power weather. Oh wait, it's the explosion phase. Okay, I did not do that well. For some reason I thought I had like a little bit more time. You know what, I'm just gonna dodge. Okay, you just stunned it, okay. Okay, you're doing the long move. Ow. Obviously, of all the things that could hit me, it's you spitting something in my face. Get away. No! Why am I doing this? No, I should have jumped first. Ah, freaking Zold. Like, here's the thing. Funnily enough, I think Markov is currently like my biggest problem because I hate this guy. Anyway, I'm not gonna practice. Practicing is for nerds, so I'm gonna do one last attempt. And then I'm gonna switch over to like some editing work on my end. And again, like I'm gonna probably go for like a few more streams next week. Yeah, he's mostly just annoying, right? Like in a way, it feels really awkward to find a way to hit him. That's probably how I would put it. And obviously there's like kind of stress where you're thinking that you have to kind of survive with like a lot of HP just because, you know, there's like the Zold waiting for you. Which is like the next issue. And apparently I can't even use Descending Dark against them. Oh. But I'm gonna prepare myself mentally and just not heal after Markov. Right, like for the Zold fight. But yeah. Anyway, like, as I mentioned before, I'm probably going to stream a little bit more of Hollow Knight soon. Yeah, just gonna go for like shorter streams and then, you know, do like the other YouTube productive things afterwards. Wait, you're gonna tell your house, you're showing it in 30 minutes. I mean, good luck with that. And yeah, I'm going to be playing some Tears of the Kingdom at least one of those days, you know, either Saturday or Sunday. But I will definitely not start at 4 PM. It's probably going to be a little bit later. Probably like 2-ish hours later, maybe 3. I don't know, it just works out a lot better for me that way. But, you know, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. Saturday or Sunday, do I think? I'm gonna try Saturday, just so I have like the option to play Sunday again, if I find the time. But like, obviously no promises. I'm gonna update that like an hour early at least. Gosh dang it. Grass mana, please. Don't just murder me like that. But yeah, like, especially like after, like I took like such a long Tears of the Kingdom break, and after last stream I really enjoyed myself like a lot. And really made me want to return to it. It's just like, you know, timing wise, it just didn't really work out. And also I kind of struggle, you know, it's like the one reason why I have the productivity channel. I struggle with like keeping myself like inside of like some sort of plan, so maybe see you then. Have a great night, you too. And thanks for hanging out. Okay, I'm gonna beat False Knight up here. Quickly. Wait, isn't there, was that after Zold? Did I have to fight the other False Knight, like the Fate Champion? I feel like the Fate Champion was like inside of the Pantheon at some point. But you know me and my memory. Moss Charger? Yeah, it's fine to answer that. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, like, if I'm just asking about, like, the order of characters, for example, it's completely fine, you can answer that. Like, I feel like it's not a spoiler at this point. I also don't really mind like a little bit of backseating at this point. Like if you have like hints or something like that, just throw them at me. Right, I'm like so late into the game. As long as you're not spoiling like the last one. Actually after Zod directly. So it's at least like a relatively easy fight afterwards. Assuming that I still have like the floor in that fight. I wouldn't be surprised if the next version of the failed champion just has like lasers or something. To make it like extra annoying. Slap. You know what? Maybe I should try that against Zod. Like I don't really have like a lot of opportunities to actually attack him. So maybe I'm just gonna try more techniques here. Try to keep the fight relatively short. I don't really need it against like, you know, the other guys here, but hey. Slapping Hornet. Also, spinning on Hornet. Yeah, do your move. Fall down somewhere. Spin. And spin. And slap. It's not really a spin. It was just a slap. Oh wait. I forgot that's actually... Wait. Can you please listen to Discord Amy? I appreciate that. I'm gonna just make like a list for myself after a stream. Just have to get used to the timing here. Maybe, you know, I'm not gonna get like a charm. Wait, how expensive is the charm that lets you charge nail arts faster? I might have to check that one. The issue is, can I even do that? Like, what would I replace? Like, the only option would be the Defender Crest, but I do like the Defender Crest. So. Yes, mischief beyond mischief. We will not defy thee. Corp. It's great that they're talking about mischief after or like before Gorp. Clearly there's like a meaning in there. A lot of meaning. I think of mischief. Okay, that was just a great miss, by the way. Ignore that one. Just pretend like stream just started. That it hasn't happened, you know. In there. Perfect. Thanks. Oh, let's smack it in there. Right. You did all that work for nothing. Wait, what? Why did you do all that work for nothing? No, I just meant that I would look at the list and then copy it out after stream. Right, like on like some sort of sticky notes. Doma around. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go to the wiki or something like that after you already put in the work, you know? I'm not that motivated to work, let's be honest. Smack and destruction. Just gonna blow you up a little bit. Scream at you. Perfect. The poo stench. Goodbye. It still shows numbers. Yeah, formatting is kind of weird. But like, as long as you are, you've spoiled everything correctly, it's probably fine. Like, it's probably just because of like when you start writing numbers, it basically just creates a list automatically. It's kind of weird how it does that. If you press shift and enter between the lines, that should actually be fixing that then, because then it's technically part of the same line, kind of, but not really. The only text is spoiled for the numbers. Yeah, it's kind of weird how systems just do that. Can't believe that they never thought about like a spoiler list, I guess. To be fair, Since you can read the lines anyway, I feel like that's like an absolute no spoiler, I guess. Okay, seriously, that's like just an annoying position to be in. Come on, jump around, thanks. Just pasted it from Google Docs? I mean, that's probably why then. Kind of. Right, like they have their own formatting, it just gets converted like that. Yes. Hey, Oro. Jump. Oh no, they are so ready. You know, one day I'm gonna learn like the difference between Oro and Mato, like when it comes to distinguishing between them mid-fight easily, if there even is one. Like I always look at them and just go, yeah, there isn't really much of a difference. At least not enough that you could differentiate between them like mid-fight, if there even is. But what do I know? I'm mostly blind, let's be honest, when it comes to any sort of detail. Do your attack. Oh wait, that's the issue. I can't actually use the ability while pogoing. So it's actually really dangerous. Slap you in the back. There's no... Yeah, I feel like there isn't a way. Like every single fight, I try to like really find like the difference in the picture, basically, right? Like just really focus on them, and I just can't see it if there's any. Like the best way is just like looking at the wind-up animation of their special move. Oh wait, I want to check out one of the charms that they're looking like. But like for example here in Xero, I can't even use that charm well, because obviously you don't have like an up attack or like a down attack. You know, maybe? Thinking about it? Okay, that sounds crazy. But can I technically? Like, okay, I probably can't, because the swords probably have like a hitbox while they're just floating around. But at some point I want to try to just pogo off of Xero. I might do that like in a single fight, because obviously at some point I still want to finish like that list of all the characters or like all the bosses you can fight, like in a solo fight. Okay, seriously, I'm just gonna die to Xero again, I guess. Whatever that means here. No. I think the easiest way to hit him is just like this. Just don't move, so the swords don't move as much. Ouch. I said that and got it. Okay, maybe I was just wrong. Okay. I guess we will leave it at that. Crystal Guardian. No. I appreciate it when my enemies aren't mad. Just, you know, just fight for the fun of it, obviously. Oh no, he's gonna get mad! No! Sword Master. Actually prefer to cuddle with the enemies? I mean, some of them? Absolutely. Maybe not Dung Defender for once. Even though he has the perfect shape, you know, if you think about it. Circles are perfect shapes. Okay. That was just greedy and stupid, but who cares? Oh wait, I'm out of juice. Not a soul juice. You just gotta shower first. I feel like one shower is not going to be enough. You wouldn't cuddle Nosk though? Yeah, understandable. Maybe, you know what, maybe we should have like a cuddle or pass list at the very end of the playthrough. Right, where we're just going like, could you cuddle that, you know? Like ranking between S and F tier. I feel like that is definitely something we should absolutely do here. I will forget by the time we go to the, you know, the lore stream, but I would do it. I mean, you know, somebody has to do it. I feel like we have not seen enough of that. Save for work, smash or pass. Yeah, I feel like that would be kind of boring. Because I have to say, like, even though like the Oblobbles, like, I hate them, but I feel like they are probably like a C tier on the cuddle list. I don't know. I feel like they would work better at like as like massage balls, depending on like how tall they actually are. But otherwise, you know. Oh, ouch. Yeah, the shooter real pokey, but you know, like those massage balls. Like I have like one of them. Okay, it's actually not on my table. You know, that also are like kind of spiky in that sense, but like not properly spiky, you know. I imagine that the texture is like kind of similar to those. Also, like to compare to other characters you could cuddle, I would say like the battle scissors are actually kind of terrible for that because of the, I'm gonna call it like the hairdo, right? It's like just too tall, and like my bed is too short. So that's like the biggest issue here. But I would probably still rank them slightly above, like, you know, Dung Defender. Right, because I feel like the size of characters also really matters if you think about it. Right, they're like limited amount of beds you could, or like even like like wherever you want to cuddle. Let's be honest, you could also cuddle on the sofa if you prefer that. Like you just need the space, and I feel like with like the head stuff, they are just too long. I'm not even talking about like the eye power. I'm literally just talking about like I already got like a bigger bed at some point for myself, just because I have to lay basically as an angle, because otherwise my bed is too short. And if I compare them to like my size, where like their head would be, right, like their horns would be inside of the wall basically. There's just no space. Perfect. They came to hug you from behind, that'd be fire. You know, if you're talking about like a standing hug, right? Like not like a full cuddle, but like a hug just, you know, I could see that, right? They'd probably be fine for that. I would have to check their hands properly, because they might not be, you know, soft enough. But like Mamu, for example, like Mamu is definitely like at least an A tier. Like, I would get like a Mamu plush. I imagine them to be relatively soft with like how they roll themselves up here, you know? Got big swoons? I mean, maybe, like, here's the issue, like, even with like big swoons, like, the issue is still that like, I feel like they're too tall. For like, I would need like a bigger bed, right? Like, I'm not saying that they are awful, I'm just saying that that would deduct like some points at least. You know what? That's actually a fun way to fight this boss here. Mamu's for good squish. Yeah, like Mamu's definitely an 80 at least. Broken Vessel? Maybe without a goop. But I feel like Broken Vessel would be like probably one level below like the little guy. Just because of the longer horns and like, especially if you see like the sprite of them before the fight starts, before they get like corrupted by like the goop. There are like a lot of corners there that would probably not be that comfortable, but they're like in the back of the head, so like depending on like the position it could work out. But you know, like the little guy on the other hand, you know, like you know, the character we're playing, who definitely has probably a name, and if they do, then you know, I'm just gonna go with little guy still. You know, Galleon would probably also be like around the sea. Like, I feel like the body shape is fine. The issue is more like the hook hands. So like, you're really limited in like what kinds of hugs you can give them. You know what? Maybe we're just going to do that like next stream or something like that. Right, where I just have like a list on the side, and every once in a while, like between every attempt, I'm just gonna rank like 1 or 2 enemies until we're done. Or maybe I'm gonna do that in the like. There's technically a stream. Like I mentioned this very early in the stream today, that I still want to finish the Hunter's Journal. Maybe I'm gonna do that in like that stream. Whenever I finish one of the entries completely, I'm just gonna talk about like the huggability of said character. I didn't look there. Doing that move. Not goofy. Gonna snap that one. Okay then.
Bam. Finnen.
I guess we are in Pantheon 3 now. Okay, now I'm gonna check out the charms, because there's the... Which one is it? It's not Dreamwheeler, Naymaster's Glory? Like the issue is, like I need steady body probably, and also still kind of like Defender Crest. Like, there isn't really a good way to change those. The Fender Crest isn't like that important, but since I'm standing like in front of the enemy anyway, with like steady body and fragile strength, and the quick slash, I feel like it's just like too much damage. Sharp Shadow I could technically get rid of, but I feel like especially for Sly, that's just kind of nice to have. They don't get like enough opportunities to switch again. Ah, I tried to jump. Yep. Need to get rid of the bees! All of the bees! Okay, that's the last bee to get rid of. Perfect. But I have to say, like, if we're doing a, I'm gonna call it like hack or pass kind of rating, I feel like I would have to put that one at like a weekend time, probably. Just to give like more people the opportunity to actually join. I feel like evening streams are always a little bit awkward for like especially like the European guys here. You know, not everyone can be as awful with like their sleep rhythm as I am. Goodbye, you. Also, I first have to do like a tier list kind of thing. And like add all the images. Like I've never used like the website for like tier lists, just because I generally don't really care about it. But I definitely did look into that one before, because I still have to do like my objective list of which games are good and which ones aren't. Right? Like obviously my opinion is not an opinion, it's objective fact. Ah, I'm just gonna slap you here. And that video, like I probably have to work on that soon. Then I think about it. When did I start streaming again? Like I want to do it like for like a 1-year anniversary, basically. And I think it was early June. Yeah, we started in June with like the Minecraft server, right? So I think like second week of June was when I did that. If I really want to do it like as a 1 year anniversary, so I should probably start more actively thinking about it. Goodbye, collector. And heal. I like the long death animation, just because there's so much time to heal. Okay, let's see if I can fix this fight. Like, the way I've been fighting recently has just been awful. Okay, you're actually gooping too close here. Ah, I need to jump earlier if I try that. But who cares if I can just murder you quickly. Perfect, perfect. Grimathy. I think a Grim would be fine, right? Like probably above the Battle Sisters. Gotta be completely honest here. You don't have like the weird hairdo, or like at least not as extreme of one. And also you have like more human hands, which does help. Ouch. Also, whenever I see Grim, I think like, you know, powers of hell kind of thing. So, you know, Grim is probably kind of warm. I don't know, it's just like my mental image of them. Like, I don't think it would be like an S tier, right? Like, but like at least an A. Grim is basically a heated blanket? Yeah, kind of. But like one of you roll up to kinda cuddle with, basically. And also, added Battlefield, you had have like this move, basically. Which then, again, you have like some sort of massage ball. Okay, that was just a stupid dodge. Could have dodged it better. I really like this move in this form. Right, you don't have to think, you just have to jump. Like in Nightmare King Grim, obviously this move is a lot harder, but still. Like with the list, I'm like mostly just worried that it's probably going to take like 2 streams if I really think about it. Right, because like the journal is kinda long. Maybe I really need like a dedicated stream for that. Like solely, not even doing anything on the side. Goodbye, Grimathy. That reminds me. Actually, there's one thing I want to check real quick while we're in journal, because I don't think I've ever tried looking that up. But if you're looking for Grimathy, I don't really know how exactly this is all sorted. It's kind of sorted by regions, I always feel like, or like category of enemy. Did I miss Samurai? Okay, I kind of missed them apparently. Unless they're not even part of this? That'd be weird. I mean, it's Nosk. And I agree, Nosk definitely terrible. Has a lot of arms to hug you, but like none of them seem comfortable. Come on, where are they? Grim. Oh, there's actually a difference. I wasn't actually sure if there's like a difference in the entries. So I'm guessing Nightmare King Grim is basically just Grim and Red, so probably the same rating, now that I think about it. Anyway, just something to think about for some stream in the future, I guess. But I feel like I'm gonna have to announce that stream at least like a week before, like before it happens. And we're gonna do it next week then. Like next week, one of the weekend streams. If I can prepare for that one. Wait, what? I mean, that's like a bug move on your side, you know? Like, the question is, what is it? Is it the red? Because I don't really see like much of a difference. Ah, didn't actually get enough damage in. Come on, do your bouncing. You know, the fascinating thing about Watcher Knight is like, I feel like I'm really inconsistent in them. They're not hard, but that's like kind of the issue. That I'm not really focused on the fight most of the time, and so it's like really random whether or not I am actually dodging. Think, think. By the way, Watcher Knight, I would say decent. B tier, baby. Like, obviously part of the issue with like most of the characters here is that they're all bugs, so they kinda, you know, are not harder than they probably should be. But like as a plush would be amazing. And I mean, they are basically in perfect shape. Oh no, it's Ubu. I hate them. By the way, F tier. Absolutely F tier. I feel like first of all, jellyfish don't have like the consistency that you want to hug in general. But also the electricity is probably kind of annoying. I don't know, not a big fan of getting zapped. Can I get you over there? Perfect. That's actually a decent fight this time. Perfect. I'm gonna slap you just for fun. Would be so slimy. But pillow material? You mean the Watcher Knights? Maybe. But yeah, definitely, almost definitely F tier. Next to Nosk. I don't even know if I would prefer Nosk. Like, with Nosk you can at least have like the head portion, I'm gonna call it, right? That's like almost huggable. Probably kinda weird. Right, it's like when a dog kinda puts like the head into your lap or something like that. Which is like not the worst thing. But like the rest is probably kind of awful, so maybe an F+, maybe a D. I feel like I'm gonna need like at least pluses and minuses just to differentiate between like a lot of characters, just because there are so many. Ah, come on, don't just bait me. Doing the group. I should probably just not heal, unless it's this phase. This phase is fine. For one here. Okay, most dead. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna be okay. I mean, it can also be the size. I mean, here's the thing. It's not like I just have like two options. I'm still gonna have like all the grades, you know, like S to F tier. I mean, to be fair, like if I name all of them, I can probably figure it out, right? Like, I'm gonna say like F is like I don't want to touch anything of this. Like maybe I'm gonna say like D tier, something like, yeah, maybe like I could probably touch it, but I wouldn't want to hug it, right? Like this is probably D tier. Like, to be fair, I also prefer having like a kind of an explanation for my grades, not just a grade. So we'll see if that's going to work. Okay, I'm gonna get hit here. Okay, perfect. Good, prognosis stick from afar. I mean, yeah, but like, okay, like compared to Umu. Like, I would kinda prefer to be close to Nosk over Umu, I guess. Just kind of. Also, I just thought about like one other character that I probably kind of would enjoy. You know those bugs that I always call cat bugs? Right, the ones that you find in the waterways. I feel like they would be decent. They would probably be tier depending on like which side is flipped upside down. Ah, I deserve that slap, I guess. This. Slap. Third slap. Slap down, okay. I'm gonna heal you. Sly on the other hand, Sly I feel like it would be fine, right? Like, easy beat here. Seems a lot softer than like most of the other bugs here. Dang it. The big hit. Come on, give me those 2 heals back. Okay, no 3. I imagine it's kind of being like cuddling a cat, right? Like size-wise. Like an actual cat. Probably not quite as nice, but, you know. And obviously, like, when we're talking cuddling, it's obviously kind of, depends on, like how intense we are cuddling, basically, right? Like, there's, like, having somebody in your bed, and there's, like, having somebody on your couch, or just, you know, hugging someone from behind, right? Like, different levels. Like, an S tier would be amazing for, like, all of those different types of hugs / cuddling, so. But I feel like they're decent, at least at the, you know, being awake and cuddling. Oh, Shabi. Hornet obviously decent, right? I would put her like in a similar tier to the little guy. Probably slightly higher, mainly due to the horns just having like one piece that can poke you, while like the little guy has like 2 pieces basically, right? Like you just don't just have like one point at the top. You actually have like you know, the little, what do you call them? A little second spike, I'm gonna call it, right? Because there's like a little split there. But it also kind of implies like we obviously have like the whole size problem, like all the characters. Like which of the characters are like human size, I'm gonna call it, like if you scale them up. She has a voice, so she could whisper sweet nothings in your ear. I guess so. Then I just like, you know. But here's the thing. I really appreciate like not talking every once in a while. I yap too much on stream. I don't need like more social interaction. Goodbye. Enraged Guardian? C tier probably. The Lost Kin, probably same tier as, you know, Broken Vessel. I don't think that there's any real change between those, like shape-wise. Gosh dang it, I should not have gotten hit like that. Okay, why am I getting hit by Lost Kid? Stop. I mean, yeah, obviously we are assuming some, like there has to be some character we assume is like kinda, like we are going to scale up all the characters, how about that? That's probably a good start. We could also assume that like the little guy is like our size, basically. Right, so we are scaling everything compared to them. So, is a good medium? I mean, like if we scale everything to like the little guy, then she would definitely be like slightly taller, but like not in a way where it's like awkward, right? I would assume. No eyes, by the way, not that great. I don't know, I think it would be kind of creepy to have like somebody with like, you know, scraped out eyes. Gotta be completely honest here. It's like kind of a no-go for me. But otherwise, maybe in the dark, nah, it would still be kind of awkward, let's be honest. Also, the singing is kind of annoying. Ouch. That's on me. I deserve all the spikes for trash talking no eyes. Can we finish this fight already, please? I hate it. I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Like, this one is also like really rude. And you can just get like kind of baited into that little ravine there. So. Ah, okay, perfect. Wait. Okay, you're assuming that, but like the question is... I mean, to be fair, we kind of have to assume that, just because otherwise like the bugs would also kind of be too mad. Which would mean that, you know, Lost Kin wouldn't actually have the goop. We still have like the sharp edges inside of their head. But, you know. Does that mean we assume that no eyes has eyes? I feel that's kind of against like the design. It should just be eyes. Nah, I feel like she might just be no. In which case, that's probably at least like one higher grade, you know? White Defender probably the same issues that I have with like Dung Defender. Right, like if I am freezing to death and I need somebody to keep me warm, maybe. But otherwise, no. Like even after they take, they need like a lot more than a shower to be like in the running for a cuddleable bug, I guess. I feel like we would have to get like more consistent rulings than that. I don't know. Since we can't actually see like the original form for like all the enemies we are facing. So maybe we just have to say, hey, the plague is here, right? But they're not mad anymore or something like that. Or they're like willing to be hugged. I'm gonna think about the rules like over the next week, I guess. Goodbye! And time to heal. This might be the last heal that we're getting today. So savor it. I'm just stretching all my fingers here. Has to be good enough. Let's get ready. Do I need the Fender Crest here? We are fighting Soul Tyrant. We are fighting Markov, and then we're fighting Zod. And afterwards we'd have the failed champion, where it would be useful again. And like I thought maybe use the nail arts, but like the issue with the nail arts is they would be okay against Zod, but against Markov they would actually kind of suck. Just because we have no floor, and that means we only can use one of the abilities. So I might just leave it at that. Well, gonna just have to survive like that, I guess. Soul Tyrant! Get the orchestra going, all the singing. Choirs ready. You know what, I'm gonna charge here. Okay, that was a terrible idea to charge because you used this move and I couldn't attack you because of it. Yeah, I feel like the techniques are awful here just because they're too slow. But I kind of need to attack both below and the top of me, basically. Ouch. Heal, quickly. The okie doke. I should remember when the okie doke was actually kind of dangerous because you couldn't just, you know, jump it second time. Okay, I should probably stop doing that. And focus up here for just a moment. I need all my health for Markov. Okay, why did I just run into you? Twice. Healing, okay. That was actually a close jump. I thought for some reason that you would shoot me here. You might be getting kind of late for me, which is weird because I've not actually been awake for so long. Might just be the workout. Maybe I shouldn't stream after working out. I don't know. I'm just gonna blame everything else but myself, clearly. As you do. One here. How many hits did I just miss here? Because I feel like I've still not really dealt any real damage to you. Heal quickly. Twice even, perfect. I'm doing great? Nah. I have been doing great before. This is actually kinda eh. Maybe I should not focus so much on my thought about like the huggability of characters, because Soul Master and Soul Tyrant actually quite huggable. Both very round, soft fabric. You could kinda ignore the legs. I don't know why you know, wouldn't, or like would, but like let's just assume the legs are fine, right? Like you can just kinda ignore them. Probably like a would it be B tier? Actually, I think about it, Markov might actually be slightly... Nah, okay. Wouldn't actually be higher. If Markov didn't have those horns, might actually be higher though. Because otherwise, I mean, you know, they do seem to have like soft fabric around them. Yeah, Markov has that fuzzy thing. And the legs aren't like that, you know, dominant in this design, so maybe... Okay, I'm just gonna die here. Okay, that's okay. Could you just do a spinny thing again, please, Markov? Can I ask you this much, please? Ouch. You're doing the spinny thing, I can at least heal twice, which isn't that great actually after taking so much damage. There's probably a technique here. And it's just, you know, not dying. Okay. 5 HP and a dream. Zolt, by the way? Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, like, Zolt could be an A tier. Depending on, like, how we scale Zolt. At least, like, Grey Prince Zolt. I feel like the regular Zolt would be, like, a bit weaker than, you know, big one. Gonna be completely honest here. It's like the 58th rule. Why are the worst bosses so cuddly? Marketability. They have to have something going for them, you know? So, I'm gonna dodge that one. No! Have you did you see that? I knocked him out and he landed on top of me. He just butt slapped me. God dang it. As long as he doesn't bring his little friends, because that would drop him. You know, thinking about, like, the leg guys definitely. Like, the leg guys, they are awful. But... I never noticed that the Seal of Binding is in this list. Radiance, by the way, mostly huggable. Pure Vessel, alright. Void Tendrils, but too strong, yeah. I feel like I've been defeated by exactly this move like so many times already, which is crazy. Like the volatile ones, I assume that they don't explode. I feel like they are fine. They don't actually look that hard, actually. They look kind of squishy comparatively. Hopping ones, the winged ones are probably better than those legged ones. Regular Zod, I mean... Regular Zod looks like he needs a hug, let's be honest. Anyway, let's talk about this more when we're actually doing that stream. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm gonna end it here. Let's just switch over here. They just kind of look like marshmallows. Yeah, actually, probably S tier would be... Where are they? They reminded me of... Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Not even here? Wait, I know that... Wait, there. I've seen them. Maggots. Probably S tier. Let's be honest. They look so soft. They probably are so soft. The maggots might actually be an S tier. Even though that image definitely doesn't look flattering. It looks like they kind of lost like their dentures or something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you all for hanging out. I hope that I can do more streams in the future. Should actually be possible. I'm just terrible at doing, you know, at preparing myself to actually stream. So I will probably start doing more of a schedule soon again. But mostly for like evening streams. Yeah, we can agree on that one. I feel like that one, I don't know if it's going to be like an S tier, might be moved around, might just be like a strong A contender, but somewhere around there. Anyway, again, we're going to talk about this more on the Discord probably at some point. I'm gonna plan ahead, like probably next week or so. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to get like some sort of schedule going again. At least like for like 1 or 2 streams a week, and then there are going to be like other bonus streams. Like currently, I'm doing like a Thursday or Tuesday stream, and then like one on the weekend. I'm just gonna, I kind of want to set those more into stone, so you guys can kind of plan around that. Obviously. Anyway, I still appreciate you guys hanging out for like more spontaneous streams. I'll be keeping you updated on the Discord. Anyway, we'll be seeing each other next time. Have a good one, and bye-bye.